initiative. Oh, how about that for composure?
They say revenge is a dish best served cold. Well, Barcelona have just delivered 5-2 on the night courtesy of a hat-trick from none other than Raphinha. But as we look ahead to the Newcastle game on Wednesday, are we seeing some changes in Hansi Flick's tactics that are starting to yield some impactful results? Well, in this video, I'm going to be breaking it all down. We'll look at some key moments, hidden details, and tactical changes that could play a massive role in Barcelona's quest for glory. To start things off, why don't we look at some tactics? Now, both teams started in the same 4-2-3-1 formation, which made Sevilla's game plan quite intuitive and interesting. They deployed a man-to-man press in an attempt to cancel out Barcelona's players, especially during build-ups. But this didn't really work out so well for them in this game for a number of reasons that we will go through in a second. You see, Hansi Flick anticipated this tactic because Sevilla used it in the first leg where they handed out a 4-1 thrashing to Barca.
He finishes it off.
So in this game, look at the relative position of Marc Bernal in attack. This wasn't luck, it was one of the ways Hansi Flick deployed to break the man-to-man press. Alexis Sanchez was man-marking Marc Bernal to prevent the play out the back. So Hansi Flick instructed him to take advantage of his youth and energy to run forward and join the attack. Now, if Sanchez follows him all the way, he can't influence Sevilla's threat in attack, and if he decides to stay back, Barcelona have an extra man advantage in attack. This proved massively effective, and to demonstrate this, let's look at Barcelona's third goal. When the play starts, I want you to observe the relative positions of Pedri and Marc Bernal. Bernal is further up the pitch, he sees the space and starts the run, is actually calling for Gerard Martin to play the pass in. Now, I want to highlight something here as well. We've discussed it on the channel previously. Having a left-footed player in centre-back means you get a player that doesn't need to readjust his body to get the pass out quickly. This is what we get from Gerard Martin. By the time he plays Marc Bernal in, the defensive line is broken. From this point, Bernal just needs to trust that the number 10 is coming in behind. Gets the cutback right. Dani Olmo does brilliantly to keep the ball on target. He actually directs it away from the goalkeeper and into the bottom corner. Brilliant team goal from Barca. But guys, there's something even more interesting about Hansi Flick's latest tactics. I want you to observe the relationship between these two players. Guys, there is a reason why Raphinha was so sensational last season. Apart from his loss of form in recent games due to injuries, Raphinha has lacked something important, and that is freedom. We've seen the way he's played in recent games is either he's way wide trying to hold the width, or he's asked to take on players in tight spaces, which isn't really his game. Well, I think Hansi Flick has figured out a way to restore this freedom, and it lies with this man right here. I mean, we just saw the role Marc Bernal played in the third goal, but what you probably didn't see during the sequence, Lewandowski was not the furthest man in attack, it was actually Raphinha. In fact, he was only there as a decoy to create space for Dani Olmo in behind. It was so intentional that at the point of the strike, he actually steps away from the scene entirely to allow Dani Olmo get his shot off. So why was this the case? You see, Hansi Flick has decided to start deploying Lewandowski as a withdrawn striker to help with hold-up plays and build-ups in midfield. This puts less pressure on Lewandowski to lead the press in the front line, but more importantly, it drags the centre-backs out of position, allowing Raphinha his much-needed space in behind. But let's take another example. Look how the fourth goal emerges. At the point the play begins, look who's making the run in behind. It's not Lewandowski, it's actually Raphinha. Look at him, he's actually further up than Lewandowski calling for the ball. He doesn't get the pass from Fermin, so they have to make a reset. Look at Lewandowski dropping a bit deeper to join the build-up while Raphinha stays further up in attack. So by the time Fermin beats his man, Raphinha is calling for it again. Look at the defender getting out of position to close down Fermin while Lewandowski is keeping the left back busy, leaving Raphinha isolated against the centre back. This is definitely an incentive to shoot. They scramble back to cover the spaces, but Raphinha finds the gap and the shot. We've seen these deflections happen in key moments in the season. If you don't shoot, you don't score.
On the overlap, might not need him, takes a deflection, 2-1.
Raphinha shoots on this occasion and gets his first hat-trick of the season. And this newfound freedom isn't just about Raphinha and Lewandowski, it also brings the third man into the equation. I mean, what better way to demonstrate this than with Barcelona's fifth goal on the night? If you look at where the play starts, who are the three players involved? It's Raphinha, Lewandowski and Joao Cancelo. But 3 seconds earlier, Gerard Martin is in possession. He wants to play the pass into Cancelo. But look, it's actually Cancelo who gives him the signal to go to Raphinha first. He understands that in a man-to-man press, the secret is to drag one player out of position to create the gap in behind to run into. If the pass goes to Cancelo first, it doesn't open up any space as a Duque closes him down. So by the time the ball gets behind to Raphinha, he immediately releases it into the space. Lewandowski then joins in, but only as a decoy to drag the centre-back Kouassi out of defence. He falls for it, and now there's a wall of space in behind for Cancelo to run into. But make no mistake, there's still loads of work to do here. The skill, the control, and then the finish. Guys, is Joao Cancelo back to his brilliant best? Because it wasn't like a one-off thing. This happened right from the start of the game with the very first penalty. It was Raphinha running in behind to drag the defender away. Cancelo runs into the space. He's brought down by So. Clear penalty. And kudos to Raphinha with this confident cheeky Panenka. I mean, we know how silly players can look when they attempt this and miss. Not Raphinha, we don't do that at Barca. Steps up, cool as you like, brilliant. And just in case anyone still thought that this was a fluke, look at Cancelo again on the second penalty. It's the skill to beat the defender and force a desperate attempt with the outstretched arm. I'm actually glad that VAR calls back the play and for once does the right thing in a game involving Barca. Raphinha steps up again, hard and low, awesome. Honestly, I'm happy to see this tactic and how it's reviving Raphinha's form and our attack as a whole. There's still the issue of Lewandowski's form in front of goal, but perhaps overall a step in the right direction. If Barcelona can re-establish this fluidity from last season that allows Raphinha to perform at his best, then we are in for a brilliant rest of the season. Guys, why do I feel like there's no point mentioning this? Because honestly, we are all tired of seeing this movie again and again at Barcelona. They just have times in the game where it seems like they go to sleep. And I'm sure Hansi Flick has tried different methods to try to fix this, but regardless of who plays at the back, someone somewhere always goes to sleep. We're 3-0 up going into half-time and we decide to hand Sevilla a lifeline. There's no danger here at all, just a simple hopeful cross. Barcelona gone to sleep already, also finds himself in an unbelievable position and he has no choice but to capitalise. Again, very similar to what happened in the first half, we are 5-1 up, we go to sleep again, simple crossing, Gerard Martin switches off completely, he stops his run for no reason, So wants it more, gets there first, 5-2. If we are going to play Newcastle with these occasional sleep hops, it might just prove costly in the end. Guys, how great was it to see Gavi back? I think it was a cameo appearance, short and simple, nothing too complicated. I just thought it was nice to see him back and wearing the captain's armband after all this time away from action. True warrior this guy is, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of him as the season progresses. Okay, now it's time to hear from you. What are your thoughts about this performance? How are you feeling about the newfound partnership in attack? Let me know all about it in the comment section. I'll be back here as always to analyse the game against Newcastle on Wednesday, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you catch that when it drops. Remember to follow the channel on IG so we can stay connected on other topics relating to the club. Until next time guys, see you soon. Visca El Barca.